All, welcome back to my channel. Today we will gonna see that how we can create the forward and reverse lookup zone in our existing DNS server. In order to do that, I have already created my DNS server, and once you do that, after this you have to create a one forward and one reverse lookup zone. So if you want to create a new zone in your environment, just click on new zone, then click next. After that, it will gonna give you an option whether you want to create a primary zone, secondary, or the a stub zone. In our scenario, we will just gonna go ahead and create a primary zone, then click next. For me, I have already created a domain architecture in my environment. That's why I'm getting this option. If you haven't or if you do not configured any domain infrastructure, you will not gonna see this screen. You will directly navigate to this particular one. Now the zone name you have to specify here. Say I am JK. That's my zone name, which I'll just gonna create for the testing purpose. And after that, I'll just gonna click at the bottom option that I doesn't want it that anything get automatically or dynamically update in my zone. Once you create this one, it will gonna say that if everything is looks good, you can go ahead and click finish. Once we are clicking on this one, it will gonna create a new forward lookup zone in our DNS manager. After that, we have to create a new host record. For that one, you have to click on a record, and it will gonna give you the name option. I'll say test123. I want to create with this one. In my environment, the IP address of my machine is 10.0.2.15. You have to make sure whenever you are creating your DNS server, the IP address of your DNS server is always static. So once you do that, it will be create all these records for you, and make sure that you select this option which says create an associate pointer record. It will gonna create the pointer record at the same time, so you doesn't need to create it manually. And the moment you click OK, it will gonna create a new A record, and you can verify from here itself. If you want to make any changes, just go back and double click on top of it, and you can perform any changes from here itself. Now when we talk about the reverse lookup zone, it's the same process. Then you have to create it. And our scenario, we have already created a reverse lookup zone for this server, but I'll just gonna demonstrate how you can do it. Just do a new zone, click next. After that, we will still go ahead and with the primary zone. Again, we'll just gonna go ahead and say next in it. It depends when you're creating for a IPv4 reverse lookup zone or IPv6. In our scenario, we are using a IPv4 IP address. That's why we are going with this one. After that, you have to put your network ID. So in our scenario, the network ID is 10.0.2. And the moment you click next, it will gonna give you this option. You have to select do not update dynamically and click next and say finish. If everything is good, it will gonna create. For us, it will gonna give us an error because we have already created a reverse lookup zone for this environment. Thank you all.